75, 80% of the meals I'm eating are probably pretty clean. I hate that word, but it's a healthy thing. I'm cooking most of my meals. But on the weekends, anything goes. I'll still throw it to a Big Mac or a pizza. Sometimes airport egg McMuffin. I mean, what can you do? When you gotta do something, you gotta do it. Hey guys, I'm Chace Crawford. I play the Deep on The Boys. And today I'm gonna show you what my diet looks like and explain to you how it informs my training. I think when I turned like 30, I started to cook. I had a girlfriend and she cooked like, she cooked like a whole chicken, and it was like the best chicken I'd ever had in my life. I was like, what is this? And it was just like salt over this whole chicken. That's when I started cooking, and that's when I probably started to eat healthier. I think cooking your own food goes a long way into not eating a bunch of crap.
Holy Timothy.
The thing that really works for me if I'm getting back into my training for the boys or something I'm trying to look cut up for, the intermittent fasting thing does work. If you're kind of waiting to eat, and if you're doing any type of exercise in a fasted state, I mean, it doesn't matter, do a hike or a run for even 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, you'll start to see results, and you'll start to feel, at least for me, it feels really good to sort of wake up, drink a bunch of water, and get in a little bit of exercise before I eat. That's kind of the only rule if I'm getting back into training. So usually after the gym, it's gonna be high protein. I can crush eggs. I can do every type of egg you can think of on the stove. So I'll do omelets, say, you know, anywhere from 3 to 5 eggs scrambled, spinach, fruit. But I do love fruit. I do crave, you know, bananas and peanut butter and apples and peanut butter. All the berries, I do a lot of the berry stuff. Or I'll just make a shake. Order from Erewhon if I'm lazy, which is ridiculous because it's so insane. But I'll usually cook my lunch, just make a bunch of chicken breast, have it, sweet potato, broccoli in the fridge. I think cooking your own food goes a long way into not eating a bunch of crap. And usually I'll eat a pretty big dinner. I don't know if that's ideal. I don't know if that's best. Some people say light breakfast, big lunch, light dinner. I'm not eating a super big dinner, but I like to make a bigger deal out of dinner. Not a lot of fried crap I'm eating for the most part outside of Popeyes. So that's a plug for Popeyes. Sometimes that gets thrown in, yeah. Mainly for the boys, I'm doing circuit training. So I'll try to get in the gym 5 to 6 days a week. I think 40 to 45 minutes is usually optimal. You don't need to be in there that much longer, but sometimes I do an hour. Sometimes if I'm just not feeling it, you don't push it. I'm going like 20, 30 minutes. I like to do a lot of body weight stuff and old school stuff, just bench press. Like I'll do incline, flat bench, push-ups, dips. I have a dip bar in my backyard, and I have, you know, I got these like adjustable dumbbells from 2020, and you know, when they were like insanely expensive, but I still use them, and I like to just get in the backyard, the sun's out, I'll have like an adjustable bench and just adjustable dumbbells and a pull-up and dip bar, and that is like what I used actually for the boys for the majority of 2021 when we were in lockdown in Toronto. It was all locked down. We were like quarantined for 2 weeks. It was miserable. Gyms weren't open. And I got by on just like a door handle, a door frame pull-up bar, some dip bars, adjustable bench and dumbbells. Frequency is always, I think, the key, and I think a lot of people who train will tell you that the frequency of just getting in the gym or getting out in the street and just running or doing something is where you see progress. I got hooked on the bike in 2020, so I get out there, full goof suit, Lycra. It's really embarrassing. For my very first movie called The Covenant, please don't go watch it, but my good buddy Taylor Kitsch, I think had like 2 years of nutrition school and all this. I mean, he looked completely shredded, and like it was like record scratch, like spaghetti in my mouth. Like he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, you know," and that was the come to Jesus moment about, okay, this is what we need to, this is the path we need to be on if we're gonna try and, if you're gonna work out, you might as well eat healthy. I haven't been that strict. I would say the boys was the one I had to sort of like focus on. Yeah, neoprene onesie costumes with no arms, or like sleeveless. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on the arms a little bit. When I started the boys, and I started to do keto at the time. I think I was like 33. You know, I don't personally recommend it, but it did work. For me, it was kind of fun to have something to kind of focus on, but it's very difficult to cut out, you know, all carbs. I think it's more about balance in the diet now. What's the saying? It's not no carb, it's slow carb. Fridge is pretty, it's pretty colorful. It's good. Not a lot of beige foods. The stuff that always falls in the middle is all the boring stuff, right? It's the broccoli, it's the vegetables, it's the fruit, it's your lean meats. I'm not always thinking lean meat. I love steak, I love ribeye, the fattier cuts. I love like whole chicken. The dark meat of the chicken is obviously the most flavorful. I'm not a guy who counts anything. No, I can't. Long ago, I was like, I can lean into like being OCD in other parts of my life. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna start in my food ever. I do think portion control is a thing. You kind of, a baseball size thing of peanut butter is different than a teaspoon. So you can kind of watch it. But I don't restrict fruits. There's no fruits that are off limit. If it's in the house, I'm gonna eat it. Most of the snacks in my house are like skinny dipped almonds. I do love the chocolate covered almonds, but they're they skew healthier. I do have some crap in there, but if I have bags of chips, if I have a pint of ice cream, that thing's getting eaten. And that's fine, sometimes that happens. But for the most part, I'm not like always buying, ice cream and chips and like a bunch of candy and sugar. It really affects me. I can feel it. It just kind of spikes my energy, and you crash later. And it's just, for me, it's not great. Ooh, diet for sure. Yeah, in the long run. So I do creatine, and there's new studies that show the cognitive benefits of creatine. So I do those 5 milligrams every day. That's it. I don't like carrying a bag of pills. I don't like carrying a big pill container. I don't even really do multivitamin anymore. I kind of had these tailored 8 pills a day. It's like I don't really do that anymore. So I get it from mostly food. Yeah. Hate it. Can't stand Vegemite. I'm not Australian. I have my Australian friends, but apparently Americans like it, right? They can kind of get used to it. I don't get used to it. Not good. My favorite carb, oh God. It has to be pizza, for sure, yeah. Oh, I make the best protein shake, by the way. It's about the ratio and making sure the bananas are sweet. That's it. Put a little spinach in there, it's great. In a shake, it doesn't matter, but I can do chunky on the apple and banana, yeah. Go-to comfort food, I actually really like Chinese and Asian, like Southeast Asian comfort food. So Thai, like pad Thai, khao soi, anything in any Chinese food is just phenomenal. Comfort food is great. No, I don't bring it up to bed anymore. That's just asking for terrible sleep. Again, I'm 40 almost, so yeah, I'm old. Hey guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. It's Chace Crawford, signing off. Stay healthy.